Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com's official YouTube channel. My name is Jacob Toronto, and today is day 8 on the ChasingCinema.com's 25 Days of Christmas Movie Reviews. If in case you missed yesterday, make sure to click this white eye up here or here. Links will drop down. It'll be my review for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and everything else that I've been doing this week. Yes, I know I'm on this Rankin and Bass kind of kick right now. Yesterday was me celebrating the 51 years of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Rankin and Bass classic. Today, I'm going to do the other Rankin and Bass film I'm going to be reviewing. Don't worry, I'm not going to do all of them. And that is Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Also in this collection, which is just a very great thing to own because they have a lot of classics in here. Anyway, Santa Claus is Coming to Town stars Fred Astaire, Mickey Rooney, Keenan Wynn, and Robbie Lester. And tells this story of how Santa Claus came to be. And to be honest, I didn't really remember this movie very much. I thought I would have, but this one I felt was kind of fresh. Like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I remembered watching it. Like I said yesterday, I didn't remember watching it in its entirety for some time, but I at least recalled much of it. I did realize that I do remember The Year Without Santa Claus much better than I remembered Santa Claus Coming to Town. You know, he's Mr. White Christmas, he's Mr. Snow. Like that I remember. The only thing I remember from this movie was put one foot in front of the other. Yeah, I know. Stick to movie reviews. I'm not a singer. But beyond that, I didn't really remember this story. And this is quite a interesting and beautiful story. What tells the origin of how Santa Claus came to be. And, you know, a lot of different movies or stories have their own different ways of explaining how Santa Claus or Kris Kringle would come to be the man that comes down our chimneys each night. But this movie particularly tells a really nice explanation. And we're being narrated by S.D. Klugger, which is voiced by Fred Astaire, which is really, really nice. I mean, it's really great to hear his voice. Mickey Rooney also brings a lot of talent to young and old Kris Kringle / Santa Claus. So here we have a story about a orphan boy with the name Claus, and that's all pretty much what we know about him. However, as the narrator explains to us, he ends up being adopted by a group of elves named the Kringles. And they would name him Chris. So that's where the name Kris Kringle came from, which is interesting because I never really took the time to find out where these names come from or why he has so many different names. But Kris Kringle and Santa Claus are the two big ones. And I was just like, oh, well, I wondered why he got that name. And this actually makes really good sense because he's with elves. These elves wear the particular outfit that he would eventually wear. They make toys. And the whole story is about how these elves make toys, but no one's there to play with them. So he actually goes into town, which is led by Burgermeister Meisterburger. What a name. Who's played by Paul Frees, who voices a few other characters in the movie. Only he just hates happiness, hates joy. I said yesterday, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is about a bunch of haters. And it really is. And there's some haters in this movie as well. But he's like, I want to ban toys. I don't want toys in this town after just tripping on a toy, I believe. And he's just miserable, dead set on destroying happiness and joy and everything else Christmas stands for. So it's basically the story of Kris Kringle finding ways to deliver toys to these children and keep their spirits up. At first, he goes in and delivers them toys. But Burgermeister Meisterburger makes sure that the doors are locked. So he has to go through the chimney. And then he makes sure that if he ever sees a toy in sight, they are immediately arrested. So he tells the town lady Jessica, who would eventually become Mrs. Claus, voiced by Robbie Lester, to put socks or stockings on the fireplace so he could hide toys in there. You know, all these traditions are just like, oh, wow. You know, and then we have the Winter Warlock, voiced by Keenan Wynn, who eventually Kris Kringle will teach. It's only just got to put one foot in front of the other and gives him a toy and shows him that Christmas is about giving and being nice and having friends. Overall, this is quite a touching movie and a very interesting one. I just think that maybe it was really fresh to me because I don't remember it so well, but hearing how Kris Kringle came to be and how he got those names, and where he got the suit and the chimney, and the origin really just worked for me. It just really clicked, and I was really kind of in awe of how clever this movie was about it. Rankin and Bass definitely are pioneers. Well, I don't know if pioneers is the right word, but legends in Christmas telling, and this was a really, really enjoyable watch. And like I said, maybe it's because I don't remember it as much that made it so enjoyable, but I really had a really nice time. I think Mickey Rooney did a wonderful job. I mean, it just really kind of embodies that Christmas spirit, that touching story about being good. You know, it's such a gentle and warm-hearted movie. You know, there's not much mean to it besides Meister Burger, which his name just makes you smile, which I don't think was an accident. But overall, a great classic Christmas. Yesterday I said that Rudolph really kind of made me finally feel the Christmas spirit. I'm not saying I'm being a Grinch or a Scrooge, which we will talk about in the upcoming days that we have left together. But it's just, I was just watching movies, you know, even though they took place in the holidays, you know, Polar Express, The Ref, Bad Santa. I was watching these films and I was doing them because, you know, I'm doing these videos, but I never watched one that made me feel like, wow, Christmas is here. The tree is up to my right. As I'm watching this movie right now, like, we're going to be opening presents soon, and, you know, which was really nice. And these films really kind of brought that feeling towards me. Like, this feeling really brought in that, oh man, it is time for the holidays. It's, you know, just those feelings. It's like when you watch this, all those, you know, all the nostalgia kicks in of opening presents as a kid and spending time with the family and decorating the tree. All these things that we know Christmas to be is what this movie gave me. I know that sounds kind of cheesy, but it is. I was just watching this and boom, you know, I remember being a kid and being like, oh, you know, we used to have a big Christmas Eve party every year. And I was like, oh man, when does everyone get here? And I remember waking up so early on Christmas Eve and just waiting until like 6, 7 o'clock when the party would start so I could see everyone. And this movie kind of brought me back to that. So, you know, even though this movie came out, well, these movies in particular came out, you know, some 50 years ago. I believe this came out in 1970 or 64. Let me double check real quick. 1970. So, you know, 40 plus years ago, they still can really bring me back to that childhood, and they remain classics. And I would love to talk, you know, one thing I would, though, I would really like to talk to kids who watch this now, like a 6 or 7 year old. I would love to get their opinion on watching this, because the animation obviously has quite improved. I talked about it yesterday as well, but it doesn't lose its magic. And that's, I think, the perfect word to describe both of these films from Rankin and Bass. They're magical, and they really, really embody the feeling of Christmas. And I think that's why I enjoy these so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be our review today. Thank you so much for tuning in to my review for Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, because things are going to take a turn, and I'm going to be reviewing Elf, a Christmas classic that when I first saw it, I was not a fan of, but you'll have to see if that opinion changed or not tomorrow. Join me tomorrow, Wednesday, as I review the movie Elf starring Will Ferrell. The best way to never miss a video is to hit the subscribe button right down here, over here. I know the mic's in the way. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, again, make sure to click that link, the white circle up here or here. The links will drop down. You can watch all the reviews I've been doing for the 25 Days of Christmas Movie Marathon. Also, I've been talking about it a lot this week in particular. Make sure to go check out Eric Moore's new book, Mrs. Claus and the Frost Men. It's written by Sam Mallory. Eric Moore was the illustrator. Also help from our good friend Sherry, who helped make this book possible. Links in the description box below, as well as the address if you are a Vegas local, where you could find the book for only $15. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Let me know how you feel about Santa Claus is Coming to Town down here in the comment sections below. Right above the comments, there's a thumbs up. Make sure to give that a click. Let me know you enjoyed this video. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to ChasingCinema.com. And my name is Jacob Toronto. I said that backwards. My name is Jacob Toronto, and please continue chasing cinema.